Here's the fabulous yarn of choice, Bernat Symphony. I love the way that the colors work out in this thing, and we're gonna begin. So using your 6mm size J crochet hook, just create a slip knot, and we're gonna chain a total of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is the brim. You're gonna think it's huge, but it always shrinks about 20%, and you'll see that happening in the next row. Now it is thick yarn, so it will go pretty quickly, but you wanna get the back loop of the stitch. Okay, so I didn't turn it over like I normally do. I just went into the back loop, and I'm just gonna slip stitch myself across. And you will always have 8 stitches going across. So this is my favorite kind of brim because it will never lose its elasticity. And hats that I've had for years always have the nice tightness, or the way that it does the pressure on my forehead is what I prefer. So I'm just slip stitching all the way across. So I'm just going into my last one now. And so I should have a total of 8. Now here's the trick. This kind of concept, if you turn your work completely around, it's really hard to find the back loop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chain 1 before I turn, and I'm gonna slide into the back loop. So if it was turned this way, that's the back loop, but if this way, it looks this way, okay? Then I turn. The first one is always the hardest, and I'm going to slip stitch myself across on the back loops only. Once I get more into my hands, it's a lot easier. My hands have a bit of an issue. So I'm gonna slip stitch myself across. And so you can put on the TV and enjoy something like this, but I would recommend once in a while, just make sure you count 8 and never lose that number and never gain. Okay, so never get bigger or smaller, always stick to 8. Okay, I'm coming into my last one. So let's just do a quick check. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, chain 1, slide into the back loop only, then turn. And slip. And now that there's more in my hand, it's a lot easier. So what I need you to do is that I need you to continue to go back and forth until this thing measures approximately 21 inches. And when I say 21, I don't mean to lie down flat and it's resting at 21. I want you to stop around 19.5 and like with it rested, and then just stretch it and see if it will go to 21. Okay, so you don't want to crochet this all the way to 21. You want to have it slightly stretched. Okay, so that you don't lose your tension in this. And so it's going to create this knitting look up and down, and it will be both sides that will show this happening. So please do this, and I'll be right back in a moment. I'm going to actually go to the doctor's, take this for the waiting room, and I'll be back at the end of that. So I'm back with the original prototype, and so what we want to do is that we want to get this so it's established and attached all together, and then we're going to do our first rounds in order to do that. So let's take a look where we are, and let's begin. So here's my band. It's about 19.5 inches when it's not stretched, and I tried it on my head, so wrap it around your head and make sure. When you do attaching, it will loosen up just a little bit, but not a lot. So if you want to customize it for yourself, you can do that. So we're going to attach the two sides together. So we want to use the loop on the one side and the back loop on this one. So just chain 1 and coming through the back loop here and coming through the loop on this side. So just match it across, and you're going to slip stitch and put this together. Okay, so you just go to the next one and the next loop and slip stitch. So the ridge that you're creating will be on the inside of the hat. So go all the way across the band, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming to my last one. So now this is the ridge is supposed to be on the inside of the hat. So what I want you to do is just flip it so that it's the other way. And so when you go around now, that ridge is on the inside of the hat. The straggler that I started with is going to be on the top here. Okay, and so we're going to begin our first round. So I want you to fold it in half with the ridge being on the one side, and grabbing a spare piece of yarn, I want you to put it halfway across. Okay, so just go over and put it halfway. So we need a total of 55 stitches all the way around. And the best way to do this is to do 28 stitches here before the stitch marker, and then after the stitch marker do 27. Okay, so you're just going to roughly eye it out. So you're just going to pick it up and chain one. And you're going to use this as a half double crochet. Go right up over top of the straggler and bury it underneath, and just start counting. So we have 1, and just go on the tips of the edge. 2, 3, 4, and continue all the way. So you'll have 28 by the stitch marker and 27 on the way back. I'll see you at the stitch marker in a moment. So I'm currently at 20. Here's my stitch marker, so I got to make sure I can get another 8 in there. So 21, just roughly spacing it out. 22, 23, 24. So I jumped too far, so we'll try again. 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So I have like a lot of years of experience for this, so I am able to do it pretty quickly. So after the stitch marker, I need to get 27 between here and to where I started here. So just space that out properly and do another 27. So count out, start fresh, and do 1, 2, and 3, and go all the way to 27. And I'm back around and I got 27. Slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet. Before you go on though, I want you to verify that you have 55 stitches. This pattern works in multiples of 5. So recount the tops of the stitches, make sure you have 55. If you're one short, just put an extra one here. And if you're one too many, then just take out one. So just get yourself to 55. I'll be right back. I want to double check myself. So I do have 55. I'm going to take out my middle stitch marker. I no longer need that. We have to make a choice at this point. The next 5 rows are going to be the repeat until you get to where you want to go. The original size that we have is a toque size, and so therefore there's a lot of extra space left between the top of your skull and this. So that's a toque. So if you would like to make it shorter, then all you just have to do is do less repeating of the 5. So this one stops approximately around 8.5 inches before doing the shaping of the top. But then what you can do is that you can stop around 7 inches and be much smaller, and then this will pull down. So you have to decide what you would like to do. You can try on your hat after every time you do a group of 5 and see where it's going to go, because the last group is about this tall on the top. We're going to be using half double crochet front post and back post now for the remaining of this hat. We've already got our stitches already set up, and now we're ready to go for rounds number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and that's going to be your repeat. So to do number 2, we're going to chain 1, and starting in the very first one directly below is that you are going to put in 3 half double crochet front posts in a row. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And then the next 2 are going to be half double crochet back post. This is going to be tight. We want tight. We want the air to be in the hat that will keep you warm. So the repeat for the remaining is the next 3 will be our front post half double crochet, and then the next 2 will be a back post half double crochet. And I want you to repeat that all the way around. I'll see you at the end of number 2 in a moment. Whenever you get to the end of a number 2, the last 2 are back post double crochet. And that's just a matter of keeping the stitch multiples being correct. Okay, so there's no extra thinking. You are going to slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet to finish, and then move on to round number 3. Round number 3, chain up 1, and the first one here is going to be a back post half double crochet. So we're going to change the direction by doing that. And then the next 3 are going to be a front post double crochet. Okay, so this one's in the back, you can see it, but it's going to be a front this time. And then the next 2 are back post double crochet. So it's still the same combination, it's just we started slightly different so that we can start the rotation. So again, the next 3 are front post double crochet, or sorry, front post half double crochet, and then the next 2 are back post half double crochet. I don't use this stitch very often. Okay, but it's going to keep it nice and tight and compact and complete this around. I'll see you at the end of number 3. I'm coming up to the end of number 3 really soon. If you cannot identify the start and the stop of a round, then that's not unusual. Then what I would recommend to you is put in a stitch marker, but you can also see where the ridge is in the back side as well. So when you finish up a row number 3, there's going to be the same combination that you already know, but there's only going to be 1 back post double crochet instead of 2 this time, because the other one is on the other side of the stitch marker, or of the slip stitch. Okay, so then you're going to join to the top of the first back post half double crochet, and that will complete number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, chain 1, and the first one is going to be a back post double crochet. Number 4, chain up 1. The first 2 will be a back post double crochet this time, so the shift is happening. And then the next 3 in a row are front post double crochet, or half double crochet, I'm sorry. It's all half double crochet, I just keep screwing it up today. So you got 2, and then the third one, and then the next 2 are back post half double crochet. Okay, that's still your combination, and you see the shift is now starting to happen up on an angle. So the next 3 are front post half double crochet, and then the next 2 are back post half double crochet. Please do this around for round number 4. At the end of number 4, the last 3 are front post half double crochet. And we join it to the first back post half double crochet. Let's move on to round number 5. Number 5, chain 1. The first one is going to be a front post half double crochet, and then the next 2 are back post half double crochet. So that's going to start your revolution perfectly. Okay, so the next 3 are front post half double crochet, so it's what you already know. And then the next 2 are back post half double crochet. Please complete this around for number 5. The end of number 5, the last 2 are a front post half double crochet, because the third one is on the other side of the slip stitch, right here. Join it to the first front post half double crochet, and let's move on to round number 6 next. Number 6 is going to be the ending of the repeat. You just chain up 1. You apply 2 half double crochet front posts in a row, and then the next two are back post half double crochet, and then you start that same sequence that you already know. Okay, so the next three are front post half double crochet, and then the next two are back post half double crochet. Please continue that sequence all the way around. I'll see you at the end of number 6. At the end of number 6, it's just one front post half double crochet because the other two are on the other side of the slip stitch. And now you're going to slip stitch. And this is going to be the end of the repeat. So an easy way to remember that is that if you start a new row and then there's 3 half double crochet front posts in a row, that is row number 2 again. So when I'm looking at this, we're going to go, and the toque version of the pomegranate goes to about 8.5 inches tall before you start closing it off. But if you would like to go shorter, you can do so, but you need to end on a 6th round. Each one of these repeats is approximately around just about almost about 2 inches, about 1.75. So that gives you an indication. What I want to do is that I want to stop earlier. So I don't want to go to 8.5 on this one. I want to go a little bit shorter and see where I get to from there. So I'm going to just do that. So just make sure that you go to the height, maybe put it onto your head, determine if you want to start closing it off, because it's just a few rounds to close it off at the very top. So there's not a lot to it at the very end. So get to the height that you want, finishing on round number 6. I'll be right back. So when I look at the original that I had, the original is toque format. I have repeated this one more time. So I did it first time, I repeated just one more time, and I'm already at the 7. So for this one here, I would have repeated again. So it repeated twice. And that's where I'm gonna pick up now and start shaping the top. So you have to decide what the height you would like it to be, and that was your next step. So let's move on to shaping the top, first round. Shaping at the top, the first round, just chain 1. You are going to do a front post half double crochet around the first 3 posts. Okay, and this one's in behind, so I'm going to pull it forward. And then I'm going to skip this one right here. So skip the next one. And then the next one is going to be a back post double crochet, which it should have been anyway. So if you would have looked at it and kept the repeat, these two would have been back post, but we're going to skip the first one and just make the second one a back post only. Okay, so the repeat going all the way around. The next 3 in a row are each a front post half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. We skip the next one, which is a back post here, and make this next one as a back post half double crochet. So please repeat that all the way around for round number 1. At the end of number 1, just keeping in the same sequence, so I'm skipping the next one, and the next one is just a back post double crochet, and then I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of the first front post half double crochet. Let's move on to round number 2. So we're no longer going to worry about doing any more back posts for the remaining of this project. Just chain 1, and the first 3 are going to be a front post half double crochet. Okay, and you're going to skip the back post one right here. Okay, so just ignore it, and then do the next 3 front post half double crochets as a front post half double crochet. So a nice easy way to follow this. So skip the back post and do the next 3 front post half double crochet. Please do this round for round number 2. Coming around on number 2, and I just skip the last back post double crochet that's there and just join it to the top of the first front post half double crochet. If I'm saying double crochet at all, just spank me. I'm sorry about that. It's just, I don't know what that's happening to me today. Okay, so let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, chain 1, and then the first 2 are going to be a front post half double crochet. And then you are going to skip the next one and then do the next 2 as front post half double crochet, and that's all you're going to do for this one. Okay, skip the next one, and then the next two are front post half double crochet. Do this around for round number 3. So come up all the way around. The last one I'm going to have to skip over anyway, and then I just join it. Round number 4. Round number 4, just chain up 1 and apply 1 front post half double crochet around every stitch. We're just going to let this just stretch out a little bit more, so you don't got to worry about counting. Each stitch gets 1 half double crochet front post. Please do this around. At the end of number 4, just slip stitch to the top of the beginning, half double crochet. Let's do your final round, number 5. Final round number 5, just chain up 1, apply 1 half double crochet front post in the same stitch, skip the next one, and then go front post half double crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, and do that all the way around. So you're skipping every other stitch. Please do this for number 5. Okay, skipping the last one and slip stitching it to the top of the first half double crochet front post. I'm now going to trim my yarn a little bit longer, and I'm just going to pull that through. With this yarn, I want to put it through a tapestry needle and collect the remaining stitches that are open. Sorry about the dog. Okay, so we want to just go around the top of the ring and just go in and out just to collect the top. And I like to pull shut at the very end of the revolution. Okay, and so we're now going to go through and pull shut. Then I like to go directly across. Sorry, Salty's barking. Okay, and then I like to go the other direction, like across, and then down through the center. When you put it through the center, open it up, put your hand in behind, just be careful. And we're just going to pull this yarn through. On the inside of the hat, you're going to want to secure this in, so don't go too deep so that you're on the other side of the project, and all you're just going to do is tie this into a knot. If you would like to add a pom-pom, you can tie the pom-pom to the top of the hat if you want to. You can make a pom-pom or get a pre-made one, you can decide. In the video description, there is a link to this pattern, and I will provide on how to make a pom-pom from scratch. Any ends that you have, you'll want to weave them in. You'll want to remove any stitch markers that you have. And it's really quite an easy pattern to be able to follow, to be honest. So you have to decide, did you want a smaller version or did you want the toque version? And let's put these guys side by side and let's take a look. Okay, so there's the more version that will fit your head more snug. And then this here is the toque version. So you can see there's a difference. If you have more hair that you have, you may want to do with the toque version, but you can decide what you would like to do. This one I'd probably not do a pom-pom, but this one I would for the height, and gives the hat a little bit more weight at the top, so it'll slouch down as well. So it's like a toque slouchy concept. This is it for today. We hope you enjoyed.